So, on behalf of IC Tales, I take great pleasure in welcoming Mr. Ajay Sharma. So, welcome, sir. I hope your day was going on well.
Well, day is going on well, and let's start with you know uh, how I feel comfortable, and I think the generation
Mhm.
today also feels comfortable. Instead of calling me sir or Mr. Sharma, how about internationally I'm called AJ. So you
Oh,
can call me AJ, and we can move on.
okay, AJ, let's get started. So, tell us,
Yeah,
do you really aspire to be an entrepreneur from a young age? If yes, why was that?
not really, because I don't think any first generation entrepreneur that you will speak to. So I don't think, especially the first generation entrepreneurs, plan to be entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
So, first generation entrepreneur always say is by accident,
Mm-hmm.
or incidental. So
Right.
it could be one or two things. In my case, it happened to be incidental because as it happens, you can have a difference of opinion with your immediate manager or immediate boss,
Mm-hmm.
and at times the difference of opinion can be such that you decide and you think that what should you do? Should you take another job? But then I thought about it, and I said that if you cannot take a difference of opinion
Mm-hmm.
of your immediate boss,
Mm-hmm.
then perhaps you're not meant to be doing a job. So you might as well become an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Because when you do a job, something that you have to accept is that a difference of opinion, is a done thing, and you have to accept
Mm-hmm.
ultimately a direction that's given. But I'll share something interesting with you.
Yes, please.
Later on, what I've learned now over the years
Mm-hmm.
since 1989 is that when you are doing a job, actually speaking, you're saying yes, you're working for that one person, but
Correct.
when you are an entrepreneur, you're actually working for everybody else. So it's not that, you know. So now you are responsible for 200 people. At that time, you are responsible only for yourself.
Yes, right.
So you always work. So in my case, it was incidental, but I'm glad that that particular incident happened, so that I became my own boss, and not only that, it helped me in contributing to because the enterprise that we are in, the business that we are in, is life-changing decision. Like visas, we help people in global mobility. So
Yes.
this is a very responsible line to be in. So I'm glad that this particular thing happened, and we as a company and I as an entrepreneur have been incidental in bringing partnering that life-changing decision, as you call it.
I'm glad that you became your own boss and it all gave you happiness after that. So it's very, very nice to see that happening. Moving on to my next question, I noticed while researching that you have done your bachelor's and master's from Delhi University. So I'm sure you would have had some, very nice experiences. But do you think those experiences molded you into what you are today?
An honest answer is no, because I think from the time the generations that I come in from, the knowledge used to be very academic,
Right.
and I don't think it really played that critical a role in shaping up my entrepreneurial career or otherwise professional career. But for one good thing that has happened, I would say, is that my peer group from masters.
Mhm.
So that peer group, we have managed to stay in touch. So the only gain that I have from my bachelor's or master's degree, specifically from master's degree, is that we are a group of 10 to 12 who stayed in touch through all these close to 38 years.
Mhm. Delhi University will surely not be happy to hear your no, you said in the beginning, but always honesty first. So great, great job on that. And I'm sure when it came to your career, there would have been some times when you were at crossroads. Things wouldn't have gone as per you had planned it. So how did you navigate yourself through all this?
It's actually speaking, uh, I have a favorite saying: if you survive today, there is always a possibility for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And the right approach is not crossroad multiple times. In fact, every day, 24 hours,
Right.
you can if you can look back 24 hours in a 24-hour time frame,
Mhm.
always couple of good things will happen, couple of things unexpected will happen, and maybe one thing which will happen will not be to your liking at all. So I think the correct way, and that's helped me a lot, is that uh, you know one should always approach life, whether business scenarios or personal scenarios, uh, uh, with a state of mind which is a balanced state of mind. When you do not get too excited
Right.
when very good things happen, and you do not become too sad
Mhm.
or depressed because something unexpected or something bad happened.
Mhm.
So, uh, once you achieve that stable state of mind where you do not really speaking react in either of these extreme situations,
Mhm.
I think you can, the crossroads keep on happening, they're speed breakers, and the road turns smooth. Each day, this is how you really speaking go across. So,
Mhm.
crossroads as such, you come across every day.
Right.
So what you do is you say, okay, there's a crossroads speed breaker that has come in on that, focus on something,
Mhm.
either totally focus on that particular event that's disturbing you and get it out of your way, or give it some time for it to settle down. Focus your attention on doing something better, which may get you in a better state of mind. Then you come back to that situation again.
Right.
That what you call crossroad. Then you'll find a solution. I'll share another interesting learning. Uh, Using one word itself can help you a lot. I never use the word problem. So instead of using the word problem, we use the word situation.
Right.
That itself brings down the burden
Mhm.
of that thought process that you're looking at. That brings down that burden, and
Mhm.
you feel better because instead of the word problem, you're using the word situation. That
Correct.
itself has these small things help you a lot.
Mhm. I think your approach of this not using such negative terms and replacing it with nice words is something that even I think I'm going to cultivate after this conversation. So thank you so much for passing on the baton of positivity. And speaking of challenges, I'm sure you would have had some challenges while setting up your venture. So how did you overcome those challenges?
So I think challenge is the biggest challenge which every entrepreneur faces. I think is money.
Mm-hmm.
The funding part. That's a challenge. So for that, a very simple solution is this. There are no automatic solutions to finance situation.
Correct.
So, but more important than funding situation or the finance situation,
Mm-hmm.
I think a core, uh, I would say, strategy for any successful entrepreneur. People say, "Oh, I don't have funds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have money." So that's the biggest challenge. You ask about the challenges you face. The biggest challenge a person faces is two. People have ideas, but they don't have money.
Yes.
But my own experience is people have idea, people have money, people get money, but then they don't know how to manage the cash flow.
Right.
So if you're an entrepreneur, you can come across any challenge
Mm-hmm.
if you can get through that particular challenge through the cash flow situation. Number one, what can be the other challenge? The other challenge can be uh, because you have there are two stakeholders that you're dealing with. One is an internal stakeholder, the second is an external stakeholder.
Yeah.
Among the external stakeholder, you have two external stakeholders. One are the clients or customers. Second is different compliancing agencies, government agencies.
Mm-hmm.
So internal stakeholders you can manage, you can talk to and bring out the policy changes. But how do you deal with external stakeholders? In external stakeholders, managing challenges, clients, customers, and the government agencies. those challenges, I think, are bigger challenges to manage, and ensuring that you're doing it the right way, the proper way, through proper guidance is, I think, the key to success in facing any challenge. Managing the external challenges is a learning that any successful entrepreneur must have, in control.
So, speaking of all this, is there any particular advice that you want to give youngsters today?
The earlier you start to be an entrepreneur, the better it is for you. Because the more you look towards, okay, I'm going to start it after a few more years of experience, having some more saving in my bank.
Mhm,
Okay, it's never going to happen.
mhm.
So the earlier you start, the better it is going to be for you.
Right.
So don't look at the age 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Because I love the teenagers, the youngsters of today, because that's the advantage youngsters have, which our generation never had.
Yes.
The web, the net. It's a big boom,
Yes.
and to use it in a productive manner means that younger you start, the better it is. That's one message that I'd like to give the youngsters. And majority, to the maximum possible, should aim to become entrepreneur.
I like how you
Because
please
yeah, because an entrepreneur creates more jobs.
yes, correct.
So
Right.
always one should aim for, the younger you start, the better it is. That's the advice I like to give to youngsters.
Mhm. I like how you summed it all up in just one line that the earlier you begin, the better that your future will be. So I'm sure people listening to this will have major takeaways. So thank you so much for that. Also something, digging into your personal life. Do you have any hobbies or any particular activities that you do during your free time?
So my own particular interest areas is, I'm not really into the web series and all that, but my core areas are geopolitical. So I like to see a lot of videos on geopolitical and read about geopolitical situations. And secondly, because I'm an economist by background, business economist by background,
Mm-hmm.
so I like to read a lot on anything that's happening around in economies across the world. The current favorite topic that everybody has right now is the so-called global recession,
Yes.
which interestingly is happening for various reasons, or some say it's not happening, some say it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So reading about anything around global economies or watching videos regarding, so two hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
One is geopolitical news. Second is anything related to economy. And my third key hobby is I have four pets at home. So I spend significant amount of time, free time with them.
Very, very nice to see that you are a nice person who is balancing both the ends very beautifully. So, again, very,
Yeah.
very nice to know that. Also, moving on to something fun, apart from consultancy, if you had to choose something else as your career, what would it be and why?
Oh, I will clearly be opening an animal farm. I mean, basically, a farm for the street animals who get hurt or injured. So I would like to have, a hospital for stray dogs,
Mhm.
cats, cows, whom this farm can look after. And so in my, you know, aside from consultancy, that I think will give me, the really speaking,
Mhm.
uh, the maximum satisfaction outside of my consultancy.
I can't wait to see AJ become an animal person and have this compassion. So, I really hope you achieve good in that sphere of life as well. So,
Thank you.
all the best for that. And moving on to our last question, something about the education system. Do you think that our current education system can contribute to build new entrepreneurship skills, or do you have any changes to suggest?
Well, I think as compared to our generation, I think uh, the education system is more realistic today. They have more practical side when it comes to the courses, the way the projects are taught, and everything. So I think the system is much better than what it used to be. Uh, though I do feel that uh, education just creates a base for you.
Yes.
I think the challenge is not education, not entrepreneurship, not money.
Mm-hmm.
My personal sense of regret,
Mm-hmm.
as you will call it, is this that whether it's education, specifically the education system, has to uh, not only focus on imparting education as in terms of courses.
Mm-hmm.
I think the education system, right from school to college to masters to whatever level we talk about,
Mm-hmm.
also must have compulsory subjects in each of the classes, right from nursery,
Okay.
and that is how to be a better human being,
Mm-hmm.
how to be caring for others, understanding the value of life of one person to another,
Mm-hmm.
teaching on compassion, you know, for not only for self, for others.
Mm-hmm.
I think particular subject should be made compulsory. If that particular subject is made compulsory throughout, throughout the education system that we have in the country, I would say it will be a much better country and a much better world to live in.
Mm-hmm. And I hope that whoever is listening to this, if they can, they should implement all these changes so that we get to see a brighter future. So, with this being said, we have come to the end of this beautiful interview, which I don't know how 20 minutes passed so soon because we had such a healthy and fruitful conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time and coming over here to share your thoughts. I truly had a great time doing this with you.
Thank you so much and stay in touch. And whenever I'm in Chennai, I look forward to
Sure,
seeing you.
sir.